Hey friends, welcome back. There is another video of previous year gate questions. So in this video we will see 2021 set 1 paper, right? And we will see answer for all those questions. So you can do quick revision, or if you have any upcoming exams other than gate, right? Because most of the syllabus is similar. So what happens, most of the exam just take previous year weight question and ask you again. So let's start by one by one. So let's start one by one. First one is again multiple choice questions, and this is basically on general aptitude. So the ratio of boys to girls in a class is 7:3. Among the options below, an acceptable value for the total number of students in the class is. So for this question one, the answer is our C, that is 50. Right. Next question is, a polygon is convex if for every pair of point P and Q belonging to the polygon, and the line segment PQ lies completely inside or in polygon. So which is not the following polygon? So here the answer is basically A, because what happens in polygon, when you take any two sides, so other side should be inside those points, right? So in this figure, so this is not our convex polygon. Next is, consider the following center. Everybody in the class is prepared for the exam. Babu invited Dennis to his home because he enjoys playing chess. So here the answer will be our what it is asking, which of the following is the correct observation about the two sentence. So for 3 the answer is C, that is everybody in the class is prepared for the exam is grammatically true, but the Babu invited Dennis to his home because he enjoys playing chess. It is ambiguous, because Babu invited Dennis to his home because he enjoys playing chess, but that doesn't mean Babu also enjoy the playing chess. Now the next question is, a circular sheet of paper is folded along the lines in this direction shown. The paper after being punched in the final folded state is shown and unfolded in the reverse order of the folding. So first step is this, then this, and finally these are the cuts. So if we cut this, so here if we open this first, so here will be one same cut here, here will be one exactly same here, and this will come here, so here will be this one, like, right? So if we again open that, so this will give us the first picture, right? So here you will get this. So the answer for 4 is A. Now it is asking, is to surgery as writer is to. So which one of the following option maintain a similar logic relation in the above sentence? So here you can see surgery, doctor do surgery, right, and writer writes book, right? So doctor work on surgery and writer works on books. So this will be C will be our answer, right? For 6, now we have multiple choice questions, right, which carry 2 marks. We have 2 rectangular sheet of paper MNN of dimension 6 centimeter into 1 centimeter each. Sheet M is rolled to form an open cylinder by bringing the short edge of the sheet together. Sheet N is cut into equal sequence patches and assembled to form the largest possible closest cube. Assuming the ends of the cylinder are closed, the ratio of the volume of the cylinder to that of the cube is, for 6, the answer is C, that is 9 by 5. Right. Next question is, these are the item cost profit marked. So detail of price of 2 item P and Q are represent in the above table. So the ratio of cost of item P is P to cost of item Q is 3:4. Discount is calculated as the difference between the marked price and the selling price. So the profit percentage is calculated as the ratio of the difference between selling price and cost to the cost is this. The discount on item Q is a percentage of its marked price. So for 7 our answer is again C, that is 10. There are 5 bags, each containing identical steps of 10 distinct chocolates, right? One chocolate is picked from each bag. The probability that at least 2 chocolates are identical. So for 8 again the answer is C, that is 0.6976. Now given below are two statement 1 and 2 and two conclusion 1 and first and second, right? All bacteria are microorganisms, all pathogens are microorganisms, some pathogens are bacteria, and all pathogens are not bacteria. So if you make the diagram for this, right, let's say if we have all bacteria, we are our microrganisms. So inside will be our bacteria and outside will be our microrganisms, and all pathogens are microrganisms. So this way if you solve this, so you will get the answer for this is either conclusion 1 or 2 is correct, right? Because both will give two different figure. Now some people suggest anti-obesity measures such as displaying calories information in restaurant menus. Such measures side steps addressing the core problem that cause obesity, poverty, and income inequality. Which one of the following statements summarizes the passage, right? So in this passage you will get the answer as D. AOM, that is anti-obesity measures, are addressing the problem sufficiently. Next question is multiple choice question, carry 1 mark each. Suppose that L1 is a regular language and L2 is a context-free language. Which one of the following language is not necessary context-free, right? So for this one, the answer is our C, that is L1 minus L2. So suppose that L1 is a regular language and L2 is a context-free language. Which one of the following language is not necessary context-free? So the answer will be our L1 minus L2. Now let P an array containing an integer. Let T be the lowest upper bound on the number of comparison of the array elements and required to find the minimum and maximum value in an arbitrary array of n elements. Which one of the following choice is correct? So for second C, t greater than n and t less than equals to 3 n by 2, right? And this is the C law of that. So the answer will be C. Now third is consider the following three functions: f1 equals 10n, f2 n log n, and f3 n log n to the power root n. Which one of the following options arrange the function in increasing order of asymptotic growth? So in increasing order, again you can see our n log n will be at first position, right? Then n to the power root n will be our second position and 10 to the power n will be our third position. So for question 3, the answer will be our D, f2, f3 and f1. Consider the following statement: the sequence of procedure calls correspond to a pre-order traversal of the activation tree. So the sequence of procedure returns corresponds to a post-order traversal of the activation tree. Now for question 4, the answer is our C. S1 is true and S2 is also true. Fifth is consider the following statement: every SLR1 grammar is unambiguous, but there are certain unambiguous grammar that are not SLR1. For any context-free grammar, there is a parser that takes at most order of n cube time to parse a string of length n. Which one of the following option is correct? So for 5, the answer is C. S1 is true and S2 is true. Let the representation of a number in base 3 be 2010. What is the hexadecimal representation of the number? So question 6, the answer will be A, that is 15. Let P and Q be two propositions. Consider the following two formula in proposition logic. So for 7, the answer is our B. S1 is a tautology, but S2 is not a tautology, right? Consider the following two statements. Destination MAC address of an ARP reply is a broadcast address, and destination MAC address of an ARP request is a broadcast address. Which one of the following choices is correct? So for 8, our answer is C. That is S1 is false and S2 is true. Now consider the following array. This is the array. Which algorithm out of the following option uses the least number of comparison among the array element to sort the above array in ascending order? So you can see here almost our array is sorted, right? And the insertion sort will be much effective because this is as a sorted array, and that will also take least number of comparisons. So insertion sort is useful here. A binary search tree T contains n distinct element. What is the time complexity of picking an element in T that is smaller than the maximum element in T? So for 10, our answer will be D, that is theta 1, right? So this will take the complexity to pick an element in T. Next question is multiple selected question, right? Carry 1 marks for each. So here no negative marks. Now for question 11, that is, in the context of operating system, which of the following statement is correct with respect to paging? Right now for paging, our answer is paging helps solve the issue of external fragmentation. This is true. And another true is multi-level paging is necessary to support page of different size. So both A and D are true. Now for 12, it is let M denotes an encoding of an automation M. Suppose that sigma 01, which of the following language is not recursive? So for 12, our answer is D, that is L equals to M. M is a PDA such that LM sigma star. Now 13, suppose a database system crashes again while recovering from a previous crash, right? Assuming checkpoint is not done by the database either during the transaction or during recovery. Which of the following statements are correct? So for 13, our correct will be A. The same undo and redo list will be used while recovering again, okay? 14 is, which of the following statements C library function will always invoke a system call, right, when executed from a single threaded process in a Unix Linux operating system? So for question 14, our answer will be one is exit and another is sleep. Both exit and sleep, AC, will be our answer. Now for 15, consider a linear based directory implementation in a file system. Each directory is a list of nodes, right, where each node contains the file name along with the file metadata, such as the list of pointers to the data blocks. Consider a given directory foo. Which of the following operations will necessarily require a full scan of foo for successful completion, right? So for 15, our answer will be A and C, that is creation of a new file in foo and renaming of an existing file in foo. Now we have NAT type questions. You can solve them, but I'll provide only the answer. In an undirected connected planar graph G, there are 8 vertices and 5 faces. The number of edges in G is, so for 16, our answer is 11, right? You can again apply the formula here for that. Consider the following undirected graph with edge weight as shown. So the number of minimum weight spanning tree in the graph is, so again for 17, the answer is 3. Now 18, the lifetime of a component of a certain type is a random variable whose probability density function is exponential distributed with parameter 2. For a randomly picked component of this type, the probability that its lifetime exceeds the expected lifetime rounded to 2 decimal places, right? So for question 18, our answer will be 0.35 to 0.39. There are 6 jobs with distinct difficulty level and 3 computers with distinct processing speed. Each job is assigned to a computer such that the fastest computer gets the toughest job and the slowest computer gets the easiest job. Every computer gets at least one job, so the number of ways in which this can be done. So for 19, our answer is 65. Consider the following expression. Okay, this is the question, and the value of the above expression rounded to 2 decimal places is. So if you solve this question as I solved earlier, so it will give the answer of 0.25. You can solve this by yourself, and I hope if you have already solved the same question, because it was also asked in previous year, so you can recall that how we got the 0.25. Now 21st is, consider the following sequence of operation on an empty stack: push, push, pop, then again push, push, and finally S is having pop. So consider the following sequence operation on the empty queue. So same, if we do NQ, NQ, DQ, NQ, NQ, then Q is having DQ, and the value of S plus Q, so it will be our 86 if you calculate that, right? Now consider a computer system with a byte addressable primary memory of size 2 to the power 32 bytes. Assume the computer system has a direct map cache of size 32 KB. So 1 KB equal 2 to the power 10 bytes, and each cache block is of size 64 bytes. The size of the tag field is, so the 22 answer is 17 bits. A relation RAB in a relational database has 1200 tuples. The attribute A has integer values ranging from 6 to 20, and the attribute B has integer values ranging from 1 to 20. Assuming that the attribute A and B are independently distributed, so the essential number of tuple in the output of theta A is greater than 10 or B equals to 18, R is, so for 23 our answer is it was around 819 to 820, right? So there was actually two answer. Another we got is 205 to 205. So you can write in or. 24th is, consider the following representation of number in IEEE 754 single precision floating point format with a basis of 127. Here S, E and F denotes the sign, exponent and fraction component of the floating point representation. The decimal value corresponding to the above representation rounded to 2 decimal places. So for question 24 the answer is minus 7.75 to minus 7.75, right? Now for 25, three processes arrive at time 0 with CPU burst of 16, 20 and 10 milliseconds. If the scheduler has prior knowledge about the length of the CPU burst, the minimum achievable average waiting time for these three processes in a non-preemptive scheduler rounded to nearest integer is, so for question 25 the answer is 12 milliseconds. Now multiple choice question again. Consider the following grammar that admits a series of declaration followed by expression and the associated syntax directed translation SDT actions given as pseudocode. So for 26 you can get the answer as B. The actions can be used to type check syntactically correct integer variable declaration and integer expression. Now for 27, the following relation records the age of 500 employees of a company where employee number indicating the employee number is the key. So employee age, employee number and age. Consider the following relation algebra expression, right? So what does the above expression generate? So for 27, the answer is C, employee number of all employee whose age is not the minimum. Next question is, consider a 3-bit counter designed using T flip-flop as shown below, right? So this is assuming the initial state of the counter given by PQR as 000, and what are the next three states? So for 28 the answer is A, 011, 101 and 000. For 29, assume that a 12-bit Hamming code word consisting of 8-bit data and 4 check bit is this one, where the data bits and the check bits are given in the following table. So for 29 the answer is A, X is 0 and Y is 0. Consider the following recurrence relation. So this is the recurrence relation. Which one of the following option is correct? So for 30 the answer is C, Tn equals to theta n, right? Now consider the following context-free grammar where the set of terminal is A, B, C, D, F. So this is the following is partially filled LL1 parser table. Okay, so which one of the following choice represent the correct combination for the number cell in the parsing table? Blank note that the corresponding cell is empty. So for 31 the answer will be our A. Now for 32, let RIZ and WIZ denotes a read and write operation respectively on a data item Z by a transaction TI. Consider the following two schedule. Which one of the following option is correct? So for 32, the answer is B. S1 is not conflict serializable and S2 is conflict serializable. So 33, consider the relation R PQRST XYZW with the following functional dependency. PQ, consider the decomposition of the relation R into the constitution relation according to following two dependency. Right, Q33 is A, that is D1 is a lossless decomposition but D2 is a lossy decomposition. 34, let G be a group of order 6 and H be a subgroup of G such that 1 is less than H is less than 6. Which one of the following option is correct? So for 34 the answer is B, that is G may not be cyclic but H is always cyclic, right? 35 is consider the two statement. So these are the two statements. Which one of the following choice is correct? So for 35 our answer is D, that is both S1 and S2 are false, right? And if you go to prove them, you can do that. Now let G equals to be an undirected weighted connected graph. The diameter of G is defined as diam G max, the length of shortest path between U and V. Let M be the adjacency matrix of G. So define graph G2 on the same set of vertices with adjacency matrix and where this equation and which one of the following statement is true. So for question 36 the answer is A, that is diameter Z2 is less than equals to this diameter Z by 2. Now we have a program that is considered the following ANSI C program. There are, you can see one loop that is for j equals to minus 3 and j is equals to less than 3, right? So it will go from minus 3 to 3. Then there is a condition for j is greater than 0 and I plus plus. Then the count will be increased by j. So the answer for 37 is actually B, that is the program will compile successfully and output 10 when executed. So you can do hit and trial and get the output accordingly. Consider the following language. This one ends with the substring 011. Which one of the following deterministic finite automata except L? So for 38 the answer is our D, that is a start, this one and this one. Now for 39, for a Turing machine M denotes an encoding of M. Consider the following two language. L1, M takes more than 21 step to on all input. L2, M takes more than 21 steps on some input. Which one of the following is correct? So for 39, our answer is A, both L1 and L2 are decidable. Now next is multiple selected question. Define Rn to be the maximum amount earned by cutting a rod of length n meter, right, into one or more pieces of integer length and selling them. For I is greater than 0, let Pi denote the selling price of rod whose length is I meter. Consider the array of price. So for this question number 40, the answer is A and C. R7 equals to 18 and R7 is achieved by 3 different solution. Now for 41 is an articulation point in a connected graph is a vertex such that removing the vertex and its incident edges disconnects the graph into two or more connected components. Let T be DFS, tree obtained by doing DFS in a connected undirected graph G. Which of the following option is correct? So for 41 our answer will be B, that is root of T is an articulation point in G if and only if it has 2 or more children. Now 42, consider the following Boolean expression. So this is which one of the following expression are equivalent to F bar, complement of F. So for 42 the answer is B, C, D. X bar, Y bar plus Z bar. C is X plus Z bar, Y bar plus Z bar, and D is X Y bar plus Y Z bar plus X bar Y bar Z bar. 43, a relation R is said to be circular if A relation B and B relation C together imply C relation A. Which of the following option is correct? So for 43 our answer is C, that is if a relation S is reflexive and circular then S is an equivalent relation, right? The question 44 asking that a TCP server application is programmed to listen up, on port number P on host S. A TCP client is connected to the TCP server over the network. Consider the while the TCP connection was active, the server machine has crashed and rebooted. Assume that the client does not use the TCP. Keep a live timer. Which of the following behavior is possible? So for 44, the answer is ABC. If the client was waiting to receive a packet, it may wait definitely. B is the TCP server application on S can listen on P after reboot. And C is if the client sends a packet after the server reboot, it will receive a RST segment, right? Now question number 45 is consider two host P and Q connected through a router R. The maximum transfer unit MTU value of the link between P and R is 1500 bytes and between R and Q is 820 bytes. A TCP segment of size 1400 bytes was transferred from P to Q through R with IP identification value as 0x123. Assume that the IP header size is 20 byte. Further, the packet is allowed to be fragmented, that is don't fragment. TF flag in the IP header is not set by P. Which of the following statement is correct? So for 45 our answer is A and C, that is A is two fragments are created at R and the IP diagram size carrying the second fragment is 620 byte, and C is if the second fragment is lost, P is required to resend the whole TCP segment. 46 is asking consider the following pseudocode where S is a semaphore initialized to 5 inline #2 and counter is a shared variable initialized to 0 in line 1, right? Assume that the increment operation in line 7 is not atomic, this one. So if 5 thread execute the function parop concurrently, which of the following program behavior are possible? So for 46 our answer is all the three. C is not the answer. A, B, D are answer, right? A is saying the value of counter is 5 after all the threads successfully complete the execution of parop. B is saying the value of counter is 1 after all the threads successfully complete the execution of parop, and D is there is a deadlock involving all the threads. Now 47, consider a dynamic hashing approach for 4-bit integer keys, right? So this is the question, and for this answer there is a main hash table of size 4. The two least significant bits of a key is used to index into the main hash table. Initially the main hash table entries are empty, so you can read all these points, and this is the diagram for that hash table. And if we talk about the answer, when I solved this question and verified the same question, I got this answer, that is 10 9 6 7 5 13. So the option C is true. Now for 48, numerical answer type NAT, we have considered the C program. Okay, so let Z be an array of 10 elements with Zi equals to 1 for all I such that 0 is less than equals to I is less than equals to 9. The value returned by simple function Z tend to. So here we are passing Z and 2, right? So if we run the program, so the return value in the total will be our 1023. When I ran this, so I got 1023. So consider the 49 is consider the sliding window flow control protocol operating between a sender and a receiver over a full duplex error-free link. Assuming the following: the time taken for processing the data frame by the receiver is negligible, and the time taken for processing the acknowledgement frame by the sender is negligible. The sender has infinite number of frames available for transmission. The size of the data frame is 2000 bits and the size of the acknowledgement frame is 10 bits. The link data rate in each direction is 1 Mbps, that is 10 to the power 6 bits per second. One way propagation delay of the link is 100 millisecond. So for 49 the answer is 52. Okay, consider the following C program. Okay, in a compiler this code segment is represented in internally as a directed cyclic graph DAG. The number of node in a DAG is, so for 50 we will get the answer 6. All right. For 51, okay, in a push down automata, again you can consider this PDA and read the condition that has been given. Now it is asking the number of string of length 100 accepted by the push down automata. So remember, this string length of 100 accepted by this PDA. So when I solve this, you can do is in process or step by step, right? Hope you know the process how we can get it. So if we have solved this, so we will get the answer of 50. So the number of 50 is length of a string is 50. Consider the following matrix. Okay, the largest eigenvalues of the above matrices. So again, to find the eigenvalues, we will get the 3, right? So you can easily find the eigenvalue again approaching the valid approach to get that. 53 is a 5-stage pipeline, has a stage delay of this 1 nanoseconds, and the register that are used between the pipeline stages have a delay of 5 nanoseconds each. The total time to execute 100 independent instructions on this pipeline, assuming there are no pipeline stalls, is, so for 53 the answer is 17160 nanoseconds. Next question is, a sender S transmits a signal which can be one of the two kinds H and L with probability 0, 1 and 0, 9 respectively to a receiver. In the graph below, the weight is the probability of receiver wave when U is transmitted, where UV subset of HL. For example, the probability that the received signal is L given the transmitted signal was H is 0.7. So for 54 the answer is 0.04, which is if the received signal is H, the probability that the transmitted signal was H rounded to 2 decimal places is 0.64. Now 55 is, this is the last question. Consider the following instruction sequence where register R1, R2 and R3 are general purpose register memory. X denoted the content of the memory, right? So this is the operation. Assume that the content of the memory location is 5000 is 10 and the content of the register R3 is 3000. The content of each of the memory location from 3000 to 3010 is 50. So the instruction sequence start from the memory location 1000. All the number are in decimal format, and assume that the number memory is byte addressable. So after the execution of the program, the content of memory location 3010 is 50. So you can solve this again. Now as I said that this is the series of answers only, right? You can quickly recall the concept or quickly revise to yourself with me, guys, and trust me, revision plays 90% role in your every preparation, right? Because don't prepare too much, but whatever you have prepared, just revise them that properly, and also try to complete syllabus before revising anything, right? All right, thank you. So let's meet in another video with another solved paper. Thanks.